Where's New Game Plus in Marvel Spider-Man 2? That is the question that everyone has been asking themselves ever since Marvel Spider-Man 2 actually released, and with good reason. Now, I'm sure Insomniac Games is working very hard on getting this update out to us, because it's almost been 2 months now, right? And the whole community is actually going crazy at the current moment because we all just want to be able to replay the game at our own pace with whatever suits that we choose right from the very beginning, right? Like, a lot of people want to use the symbiote suit from the start, the classic symbiote suit, the Raimi symbiote suit, like a bunch of different suits, right? We want to be able to customize our playthroughs. I actually found out that people are figuring out how to wear different suits in scenes that usually lock you to a completely different suit. Like, you can see here, you know, the person that's playing this right now is wearing the Raimi symbiote suit instead of the Insomniac one, so they've bypassed it somehow. And I found this out over on Reddit and Twitter. Apparently Superior Arachnid figured out how to do this, but there's no known method to figure this out, which is also contributing to people really wanting New Game Plus to come out even more, and they're trying to put a lot more pressure onto Insomniac Games. And, you know, it's like, you just got to be respectful. It'll be here soon. And before I do go back to what I was talking about before, I do want to say, if you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We're literally less than 200 subscribers away from 100,000. Make my dream come true. But yeah, let's get back to it. So in this video, I'll be explaining to you guys where the actual, update is at the moment, what's most likely the case with it, and what's going on, right? So first, we're going to begin with Insomniac Games actually posting over on Twitter. And this is, I guess, kind of relevant to what I'm going to say in a second, but they posted, "This is how all Insomniacs enter the office building in response to PlayStation tweet of when you're hanging up the superheroics to start the workday." And this alone started making everyone speculate, like, oh my god, New Game Plus, holy moly, And then, you scroll down and you kind of see a lot of, like, people be like, New Game Plus, when's it coming? Huh? Where is it? And I've actually noticed some people actually being very disrespectful down here as well, which isn't cool, right? Like, you got to be respectful here because these devs are working very hard. The Christmas period's coming up as well. There's a lot going on, Unfortunately, they didn't win, Game of the Year. The game is good, but there are quite a few faults with it. Now, from my personal opinion here, I assume that the game will, like, New Game Plus will launch with a lot of fixes, a lot of bug fixes, a lot of tweaks. Maybe they're also waiting to drop, like, the DLC suits that are being worked on with Kid Super, that are, the suits that are being worked on alongside, like, obviously, like, Kid Super's working alongside some celebrities, things like that. Maybe a potential DLC announcement. Like, that's a lot of speculation. But if you look over here, right, I found this tweet from about, it's on December 5th, right? So this Twitter user here goes, "Insomniac, I love your games, and I know this has nothing to do with this publication, but please give us a release date for New Game Plus. I don't care if it's exactly at the end of the year, I just want to know when it's coming." And this is, pretty interesting question, right? It's not coming off as disrespectful, it's just a question, right? It's like, I love your games, I know this has nothing to do with it, right? And what they replied is, "We'll have more news regarding future updates soon. Please stay tuned to our social media." And this was pretty much a week ago at this point, right? And we all know they said that the New Game Plus update will be coming out, at the end of the year, which is December, right? So it won't be next year, it'll be sometime between today and the end of the year. Now, on to the next thing here is what most likely is the reason to coincide with a lot of this, because at the end of the day, you do want your game to sell a lot, and that's the whole point of making the game. It's to have the fans experience it, but it's also to get sales to make more money, right? That's the whole point of everything. It's like, it's supply and demand, right? Like, we want this, and that's just how it is. So we go to the Reddit post here that you see on the screen, because a lot of people are speculating, why is it delayed? And somebody said it's simple. They want to delay New Game Plus until the game sales start to slow down. When it does arrive, the game will regain relevancy online, which will equal to more sales. Look at almost every big AAA Sony game since, like, 2018. Spider-Man, God of War Ragnarok, all of these games, right? Days Gone, etc. And then the person replies, This is the answer, especially leading up to Christmas. People will talk about it again, and press will write about it, so people will have it on their radar again. Hopefully we get something Christmassy other than New Game Plus as well, though. I love Miles' winter outfit, it's so fitting right now. I'm replaying the other games while waiting for New Game Plus. And that is, I get it. I actually agree with this. It's pretty simple, you know, Christmas period's coming up. A lot of kids are going to want some presents. And what better way than to just launch another huge update to hype up sales for Christmas. But also, you know, it would work out quite well, right? Like it would also be like a Christmas present to us. However, a lot of us have been waiting for 2 months. And the truth of the matter is, you know, a lot of us do swing around, right? Like we just swing around, and it's kind of like therapeutic in a way, because it's a Spider-Man game. You swing around, obviously, take down crimes and stuff. But something that is missing from this game, there's quite a few things missing compared to the previous titles. And this is leading into my next point. Spider-Man Miles Morales launched with New Game Plus, right? So you saw when you first beat the game, you unlocked fresh adventure with ultimate difficulty, and for added challenge, or start New Game Plus, restart with all the gear and skills and unlock new ones, right? So that was a thing. But here's the other thing, right? We actually don't have the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man activities in Marvel Spider-Man 2. That's not here, so we can't choose what crimes we want to do or side missions or anything like that. You can't replay that. There's also no mission replay, as you can see here. So Miles Morales pretty much released complete. But for Marvel Spider-Man 2, it's missing all of these core components, and I firmly believe that the whole reason, like there's two big reasons as to why New Game Plus is delayed. Obviously Christmas, but also they're trying to include mission replay, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man app, and, you know, obviously New Game Plus to bundle with that. Plus probably a bunch of other bug fixes, because Marvel Spider-Man 2 has been very buggy, and that's not to discredit any of the developers, because sometimes games just break. I'm not a game developer, but I know that this stuff is not easy, and when something does look easy or as simple as adding New Game Plus, it's not. And then there's also the fact they're probably trying to figure out how they should do, you know, like cutscenes for when it comes to the symbiote suit in terms of replacing it. Like, should we be able to just replace it with the classic suit and cutscenes, or should there be only specific symbiote suits you can use? And will they add more symbiote suits for Peter? Like, there's a whole lot of questions here that aren't answered, and I think that there's going to be a huge update on the horizon. So, you know, just sit tight. Don't be disrespectful to Insomniac, right? Like, be nice. You know, they're working very, very hard. I can tell you that much. I mean, I don't know what goes on over there, but they're just as passionate about this game as we are. They love, you know, I mean, obviously they're so hardworking. They've released so many games in the past couple of years. So, of course, sometimes things might just slip up, obviously, and not be released as intended. But New Game Plus is going to be awesome. The wait will be worth it for sure. We're literally almost there, right? Like, we've got, you know, we're getting pretty close to the end of the year. Probably for Christmas period of release, so maybe like 2-3 days beforehand, so people can go and buy the game, right? Or like, I mean, that does make sense, right? If they drop out on Christmas period, then, you know, the Christmas presents are already gone, so maybe like the 22nd at the latest. So any time now, I'd say probably 10 days we'll see the update, something like that. They, you know, just like before, you gotta let them cook, right? Like, they're not gonna try over or like under deliver or over deliver or say something that they're not going to hold up to. They're going to definitely make sure that we get the best update we can. Lots of bug fixes, hopefully new suits, maybe something Christmas themed, I don't know. I'd like to see quite a few suits added back for Peter as well from the first game. There's just a lot that they can do and that they will do. They'll probably do a lot more free suit updates as well. Like, you know, I don't doubt Insomniac. I've been waiting for this game for such a long time. I can wait for New Game Plus, and I just hope that you guys can do the same thing. Be respectful to the team, to the devs, to the social media manager Aaron as well. Please be respectful to him, because he's putting in a lot of time and, you know, managing everything over there social wise. So it wouldn't be nice to see, you know, all these hateful comments and things being thrown at Insomniac. But yeah, and then my other thing I really hope they add is like a separate mode where you can play as Venom and use his web wings. Because if you didn't know, we can currently play as Venom through a glitch, which is really, really cool. And you can see a video here on that that I did a tutorial for. Thank you so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, drop a like, all that good stuff. Take care of yourselves. Love you all. Peace.